Dems for hosting us tonight. One of the best parts about my job as an education policy consultant is the amount of time I get to spend in elementary schools, from Salem, Massachusetts to Covington, Kentucky. But I have yet to find an elementary school as special as Randolph, which is just off Columbia Pike on South Quincy Street, and where I've spent every Friday the last 4 years as a volunteer. There are a lot of things that make Randolph terrific. They have talented educators, a strong PTA, and a robust Club de Madres. The students themselves are like a mini United Nations. They hail from over a dozen countries, speak nearly as many languages. But the real secret sauce to Randolph that I see is its commitment to community service. Every student at Randolph is expected to give back in some way, whether it's participating in the school's walk for the homeless or making sandwiches for hungry neighbors. Here's why that's powerful. Randolph is not a privileged school. It's a Title I school, which is a common measure of high poverty. Kids have a lot of challenges. Their families are transient. Many of them don't speak English as the first language. But when you tell those kids that in addition to what they receive, they have a responsibility to give back, you're saying something powerful about the kind of community in which they live. Arlington is not a community of givers and takers. It's a place where you give a hand up when you've got one, and you take a hand up when you need one. And that's what I believe about Arlington, too. I see a community that invests in housing affordability, not as some sort of favor from the well-to-do to the less fortunate, but as a shared strategy to ensure that we have the kind of diverse and vibrant workforce that will attract businesses and continue to make us stronger. I see a community where we invest in transportation, not as some sort of handout to those who can't afford a car and have to take the bus, but because we all care about a transit-oriented community where you can walk, where you can bike, and where you can take the bus to get where you're going and for work and for play. And that's why I'm running, because I don't believe that including the voices of young people, renters, new Americans is just a favor that we do to those groups that don't currently see themselves represented. I think it's good for all of us. I think the only way we get out of old problems is to innovate new solutions, and we do that by bringing those new voices to the table. And incidentally, I think it's good for the Democratic Party when we bring those folks in, because it broadens our consensus, strengthens us so we can bear up under political and economic pressures. I'm running because right now, I think I've got a hand to give. I've got a perspective informed by my policy training and my 4 years of experience working in education policy, and my significant record of committed service, both to our schools and to our commission process. I hope I'll have a chance tonight to talk with you all a little more about the issues most important to you, as well as to me, and I hope I'll have a chance to earn your vote on June 9th. Thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for your consideration.